Welcome to Alternatives by Kathleen. I am Kathleen, and I have a plot twist podcast for you tonight. Let's see if you can say that 3 times fast. Plot twist podcast. I can do it once. You try it at home. But yeah, so here's a question. I'm going to start off with a question. Do you ever wanted clarity about something? Not a lecture. We don't want to be lectured, right? We've had enough of that. But have you ever wanted clarity about something? Well, you're in the right place because I have a fun and helpful session for you tonight. So hold that thought 1 minute, and I'm going to let somebody in, and then we're going to take it from there. Hi there. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Let's see. It's a little low. Let's see. Can you turn it up? Turn up the volume. Turn up the volume.
The volume's all the way up. It's up. How's that?
Okay. That's better. That's better.
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
This is
I'm
wonderful.
great.
I can't stop smiling.
That's great. I love that. It brings good energy, Yes,
it does.
And that's a big thing about what we're going to be talking about here tonight. So everybody, let me introduce you to Carolyn.
Hello, everybody. It's lovely to meet all of you. I'm happy to be here.
And we're happy to have you here. So I was just saying to everybody, I said, if you've ever really thought that you wanted clarity on something, but not necessarily a lecture, this is perfect, because Carolyn here, she was introduced to me, I guess, maybe almost 2 years ago now, right?
It's been, 2 years. Wow. God, that went quick. Yes. 2 years. Oh, no.
And I just, immediately connected with her because I loved her Long Island accent.
Yeah, right away. That's the first thing everybody notices, my Long Island, New York accent. And, I thought it toned down a bit, but I guess it just hasn't. And that's okay. That's all right.
That's right. It's funny because, my dad was born in Brooklyn. So we used to go, not necessarily to Brooklyn, but up to New York. And it was always coffee and Entenmann's. And when I talk to you, I think coffee and Entenmann's. Isn't that great?
Yeah, and just the way we say coffee, water, coffee, it's so distinct. And I lived in Stuart, Florida for 11 years, and I'm thinking, didn't it tone down a little bit? And when I I haven't been to New York in a long time, but when I do talk to family and friends, their accent to me seems so heavy, and I'm like, and then it comes back out again. So yeah, that's it. I'm stuck with it.
That's right. And it's a good thing to be stuck with. So yeah, Carolyn and I met almost 2 years ago, and a friend of mine had said, Kath, do you want some answers to things? And I was like, yes, I do.
Without the lecture.
So yeah, my friend gave me Carolyn's information, and Carolyn, I guess I would call it an intuitive, right?
Well, I'm a psychic medium, clairvoyance, intuitive, but I'm also a medical intuitive. So there's all these, I have most of the clairs, but my strongest are clairvoyance, seeing, clairaudience, hearing, claircognizance, where you get the information immediately from source. There's a lot, they come in and out. There was one time I was doing a reading, and all of a sudden I had this strong smell of peanut butter. And I'm like, are you eating peanut butter, to the client? And she's like, yeah. She's like, I could smell it. And it was a phone reading. So those kind of gifts come and go, but the 3 main ones, yes. And the medical intuitive is always, I love doing it because it's just so, I can't even explain it myself, how it just, the information comes. And when people are like curious about what I'm seeing, I describe it. I try to let them know. Luckily, Spirit shows me things in a form that's cartoonish, so it's not disgusting. Like, I'm not seeing.
I love that.
Yeah, it's
like SpongeBob SquarePants.
Well, I'd have to ask my son about that. He would know more about that than me.
That's funny. So yeah, so All right. So if you had to go to a party, let's say you're going to a party and you had to describe in 10 seconds, what you do. I know we talked a little bit about it, but what's a 10-second little blurb?
Honestly, I almost hesitate telling people what I do because I don't want it to be the thing, but literally I will just say I'm a psychic medium. That's
I
it.
love that.
And
And that's the thing.
sometimes I throw in the witch part, but it depends on the crowd. I'm very careful with that because the two are not synonymous with each other. But
Yeah.
because the witchcraft is my spirituality, but the psychic ability came way before that. It was when I was little. So I think
Wow.
sometimes it scares clients. They think, oh, I don't want to deal with witch stuff. And I'm like, well, that's not what it is. No, though that's a separate thing from what I do work wise. But yeah,
And
I would say psychic medium.
and it's from a positive place. I want to let my viewers know that it always comes from, because that's the thing. What are the origins? What are the, it's
Well,
from a positive
what do you
place. Would
call
you
it myself?
agree?
Yeah, I could say God, universe, the other side. I say spirit a lot. I say
Yeah.
spirit, but I do believe in God, yes, and I believe in a creator, and I believe that we're co-creators with the creator, and we're all energy, and how I receive information mainly from my spirit guides and my spirit team. And if it does come from angels or loved ones from the other side, they come through in the beginning of the reading. So that's always a blessing. I love getting that, and that's really with every reading. It's always something in the beginning where it could be a spirit guide, an angel, or a loved one that crossed over. And
And
that's,
that warms my heart. That's got to
yeah.
give comfort to a lot of people too.
Oh, I enjoy that so much. And
Yeah.
I'll even ask them, I'll be like, listen, do you want this reading to be about mediumship? Or do you want it to be about you? And because I see their future as a psychic, I get all the future events and I could see their timeline and I could see their option lines and I could dig deep and tell them what it is that's coming or what they can expect. And but a lot of people don't want to do full mediumship, but some do because they miss their loved ones so much. And
Yeah.
it's hard. It's hard.
And
I
even
know.
if it's a pet too, right? If it's a
Oh, the
pet, does
animals.
that
Yeah.
sometimes come through, right?
Sometimes the animals come in first. They're just like, get out of my way. I want to talk to these people. I want to talk to my loved one. The animals are the best because they'll be around. Sometimes I get people that come, say if I have an appointment and it's 2 days away, I could get a loved one that's around me for 2 days and they're just jabbering in my ear, or a pet will be scurrying around by my feet. And I'm like, who is this? And I don't know until I read the client and they're still there. And obviously I know. But that could be a little intrusive sometimes. But other than that, no, it's lovely. I love getting the animals. And you'll be surprised what I get. I get birds, I get some of the weird ones, what is those ones that have a smell? They're so cute though.
Oh,
Ferrets.
skunk. Oh,
I
ferret. A
No, not a
ferret.
skunk. I don't think anyone would have a pet skunk.
Is that a
You
smell?
are so cute.
They're cute, right? Peppy
What?
Le Pew.
Pepe Le Pew is the best. But this
Great.
one client had a ferret, and I could smell it too. I'm like, oh well, that's her pet. So, but yes, I
Yeah,
do get the animals, and it's very fun.
I love that. I love that.
Yeah,
So I thought what we would talk about next is what a reading is and maybe what it isn't.
sure.
So, right. So what is a reading? Like, what do you turn into? We talked about a little bit, like the energy, the guidance, the messages, the medical maybe. Although, I always say, like with me, with the work I do, I'm not a doctor, nor do I play one on TV, but I know stuff.
Well, I know, and I say that to my clients. I was like, obviously, I'm telling you. Usually, I pick up on something they already have, and then I give them, spirit gives them advice on what would be best to deal with it, how to handle it, how to reverse it, those kind of things. And I have to say, I have not heard anybody complain about any of my medical intuitive stuff yet. So, in fact, I always have people kind of angry at me saying you were right.
You were right.
I have to get this done now. I have to do this. So, and believe me, I'm not trying to I don't want that for anybody. But if there's a way we can prevent further damage, then I'm all about letting spirit work through me. So that's what it is. It's spirit. I can't look, I can take some of the credit. I'm a vessel, they work through me. But honestly, it's all if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be able to do the work. We work in tandem. And then it's also an energy exchange with the client. So if they're closed off and they're blocking the flow of energy, it's not going to serve a purpose. And I always tell clients, you have to be open. I'm not asking you to tell me anything, but just allow your energy to be open to receiving. And then once those
Lower.
channels are open, yeah, I mean, that's why when I start my readings, I ask permission first. I feel like that's essential. I feel like it makes the client feel at ease that they're giving me permission to look at their chart, to talk to their spirit guide, to connect with them on a higher level. And then once they feel safe, then that's when everything just opens. And so I just feel I start getting images. I start hearing spirit guides in my ear. They're just telling me what they want me to convey to the client. And especially when it's a loved one on the other side, if I get on the father side, it's usually the left side. On the mother side, it's the right side. In the middle, I get angels, spirit guides, or friends, or it's never family. It's always like a friend, or even like a soul that never maybe says. I had a client who lost a baby through stillborn, which is always a horrible thing. But the soul of that baby came through, and I was able to ease her mind about that whole situation. And she was carrying so much guilt. And that's the part of my job that, as hard as it is, makes me feel so good to be able to be of service in that way and help, and then the reading flows from there, and we cover all the bases. If you get, even if you get a half hour, I can cover everything. I'll just talk really fast. But it'll be about work, business, health, finances, love life, family, love relationships in general, your children, their health, their happiness, future events, past events. I don't really like to talk about past unless the client wants to. I find that clients who want to test me and see if I'm the real deal, they'll want me to try and chime into past things. I'm like, go ahead, no problem. We can confirm. I have no issue with that. I love a good skeptic. And, I can't take too much credit really, because spirit, like I said, works through me. And I'm just lucky to be a vessel and be an intuitive person to release the information and give it to the client. I just
That's
love
what I
doing what I do.
and it comes through, and that's part of the reason why we're doing this, because you just have this energy about you that I know people will connect with. You already have so many clients and have helped so many other people, but with our connection, I want to get it out there to even more people. And I didn't say this in the beginning, but stay till the end, because we got a special offer towards the end, so keep listening.
And when I first read you, I remember I was like, I just love your energy. And I was like, we definitely knew each other in a past life, or there was some kind of connection, because I couldn't stop laughing. Even right now, I
just giggle and say,
I have like these giggles, and it's wonderful. But isn't it so wonderful to be in a presence of another light and to bounce that energy off, and you feel the energy if it's like with a negative person or a draining person. And honestly, it's important to shield and protect your energy. But I just love your energy.
Yeah, get back at you, girl.
Thank you. Where's Sherry? I thought is Sherry going to be here too?
No, but just you and me tonight.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry I didn't get to meet you, Sherry. Next time.
There you go. I love that. So so what are some things that, let me ask you this, that people, what's like a common thread for people that they would book an appointment for you? Is it like a relationship thing? Is it a financial thing? Is it maybe the medical thing? Are they like the top ones?
I'm going to say that it usually is the medical, and it also is the mediumship, getting a loved one on the other side. But lately, because the country is where it's at, I've noticed I've been getting a lot more financial questions. How are my finances? Where am I going to be in 5 years? Is this ever going to change? I get a few clients that ask me about global stuff, which I don't really like to tap in when I'm reading a client, because, that's bigger. So I'd rather just focus on them and their situation. But I would say yes, it's a little bit, the love life stuff isn't as important, and it makes me sad a little bit. It used to be a lot about the love. And when am I
Huh.
gonna meet my divine counterpart? And when am I gonna get married? And when am I gonna have kids or things like that? I noticed that that number is decreasing more. And it's more about because people, I guess, are becoming more aware and more enlightened. They want to know about their spiritual path, where they're going, what do they need to do to work on their psychic ability or their psychic skills. Those kind of questions are coming up a lot now lately.
I
Yeah.
love that because that just says as a society, right, where we're just
They're
raising
waking
our
up.
right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Age of Aquarius kind of stuff,
Yes. Yes.
So, so my experience, it's funny what brought me to you, other than my one girlfriend, is my one aunt. She every New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, she would connect with someone who, like who would give her some clarity on things.
Her yearly reading, right?
Yes. So I thought I would share that because that was something that resonated with me, and whether it's like a New Year's thing or a birthday thing for yourself or a Mother's Day or a Father's Day, or, we're coming up to a new season with the beginning of spring, which is a great time to, you
New
know,
beginnings. Right,
right.
right. So you're asking me when people like to book their readings in a
Yeah.
sense, right?
So
Okay.
that
So
was my experience. Yeah.
I have clients who are regulars and they'll get a reading every month to every 3 months. If I tell them, I'll be like, listen, every month is a little much. Let's do every 3 months. I try to keep it at the 3-6-9 rule. So if you had a reading with me, I'm like, just give it time because you have to let the stuff unfold. And most of the stuff I get is 3-6-9 months ahead anyway. So I always
And
say,
those are
just
special numbers, aren't they?
they
Three,
are
six,
very special. Yeah, Nikola Tesla, right? And I swear I didn't even make that up. It's just that really is how it is, and it's strange.
yeah.
Then I have some people very few clients that need to kind of be coddled and need that extra love, and so they'll be
Yeah.
like every month or wanting something and I'm more than happy. Even you sometimes you don't even have to pay for a reading if it's just a quick, if you have something you want to get off your chest and you just want to talk to me, I'm there. But yes, of course, usually I notice New Year's is big, Halloween's big, very big. That's my busiest time.
Oh,
Um,
wow.
yeah, I know. I don't know why. I mean, a lot of psychic parties, just a lot of readings. New
Oh,
Year's
you'll
Eve
do
is big.
something like that too. I didn't realize that because that's
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
Fun.
yeah, that's fun. And
Yeah.
psychic parties in general are fun because I usually tell the hostess, you can get cheese, you can get wine, just make sure they don't get too drunk before I read them because it makes it difficult. So I'm like, just a glass or two is fine, but not. Oh, she's like, oh, okay, okay. Um,
Yeah.
but
And
yeah,
you do all this virtually, right? So
well,
people, it's not like you have to come to people's houses, right?
it
It's
used to it used to be that way until COVID. Then once COVID hit, everything was virtual. And so
yeah.
that did take a hit as far as like psychic parties and doing my healing code sessions, which is where I need to be with the client. But now, I mean, just recently I did a healing code session over the phone and it went amazing. So, yes, it's virtual. It can be, if you live where I live in North Carolina, then yes, I would do a face to face. But mainly it is virtual because I have clients all over the country. So it's easy. It's just like this.
Yeah.
And a lot of people think that you need to be in my energy or see me face to face to get a good reading. And it's so not true because energy is energy, and I can read you wherever you are.
That's what
I
I
love
say.
that.
We're in the quantum realm. And if you think of quantum physics, we're all connected anyway. So,
Right.
it makes sense to me.
But you do get clients that get really upset about it. And they're like, oh, no, no, I need to see you face to face and I need to sit with you. And don't I have to show you pictures or don't I have to give you this? And I'm like, no, you don't have to give me anything. I don't need any what's the word I'm looking for? Not I don't want to call them tricks because I know some people do need that. They call it psychometry if you need to touch something. I do have that, but I don't need it. I just sense the energy. I talk to spirit, they talk to me. It's like my spirit guides and your spirit guides are having a conversation, and they're trying to help us get that communication out and help the client. So it's wonderful. It's a lot of people though, but it's wonderful.
There's a lot of wine.
At the psychic parties, definitely.
That's great. So who benefits the most from this? Like, who would benefit from doing a session with you?
I think anybody who is trying to realign with their purpose, and if they're feeling disconnected in some way and they don't understand why. Sometimes we think we have the answers, but sometimes we need to have somebody guide us, and it's okay to ask for that kind of help. I'm not saying that everybody, I mean, I tell everybody, please just meditate. If you want to find the answer, it's all within. But sometimes it is good to get somebody who has that bridge to spirit to get those messages for you and convey it in a way that only you understand, because sometimes you don't want to hear it. And sometimes hearing it from someone that you don't know, and they're blown away, like, how could you be saying this to me? But I mean, if they hear it from a friend or they hear it from a relative, they're not going to listen, you know? So sometimes it's good to have that outside perspective, spiritual perspective, but still outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what, I think it's a benefit in that way.
I love that.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to do three rapid fire questions. You ready?
Oh, good. I'm so ready. Let's do it.
Here we go, girl.
I love this.
And I think you said some of this already, but it was rapid fire round. What's your favorite part of the work?
Oh, that's my favorite part of the work is that I get to help people. I mean, and I just want to do a good job and then just go home. That's it. I'm not trying to get accolades. I just want to help people. And I guess I love doing the work because I can do this. I don't have to work a 9-to-5 job. Really, essentially, that's it.
Yes, it is. Freedom, girl, freedom.
Yes.
All right, number 2. What's one gentle message you think people need right now?
That none of us are truly lost, and that the most important thing that you can do to feel connected and stay connected is to be authentic in your energy, but share that energy with others.
I love that. And you at home, you might want to rewind that part and listen to that again, because that was a mic drop moment.
Thank you. Yes.
All right. And number 3, what is your special offer and how do people claim it?
Okay. So my special offer is for new clients. It's only $65 for a half-hour session. I have not changed my rates in over 10 years. And I feel like my rates are really reasonable, and it doesn't matter how busy I get, they will always stay the same. It's usually $80 for a half hour, $100 for 45 minutes, and $150 for an hour. But for new clients, for a half-hour session, you can get it for $65. And to do that, you can just please call me, DM me. I don't have an assistant, so it's just me. 772-634-9327. Or you can check out my Facebook page, which is the Magical Muse LLC. And then you'll see all my other platforms on there, as well as my website.
I love that. And we'll put this, once I post this either today or tomorrow, we'll put all your information in the comments too.
Oh, that'd be great. Thank you. Thank you.
So that way everybody has a direct line too. So yeah, so out there, if this resonated with you from a place of clarity, and Carolyn's she's a great person. Yeah, like I said, it's that Long Island accent combined with the girlfriend energy, a giggle or two, and then her connection. She's great. So she comes recommended from me, and I wouldn't do that if I only do that when it means something. So
thank you. I appreciate it. And, I just want to say really quickly that it is a really great experience getting a reading with me. Yes, I do have that sense of humor, but I am very serious. We get to the heart of things. We're going to talk about anything it is that you want to talk about. And then whatever spirit wants to share, you're going to be very happy. A lot of people are afraid to get a reading, but don't be afraid. You don't have to be. Spirit's not going to say anything that's going to make you uncomfortable. They know you better than anybody. And just, don't worry, just trust it. It's okay.
Okay. And I love that. So, if you haven't tried this before, or even if you have and you want to experience it, I highly recommend you reaching out to Carolyn. And, if you want to comment in the section below, say hi to her, let us know what you thought about the interview. And we'd love to hear from you, as always, and hit the like button and share this too. I know we would both appreciate it. So, for tonight, I'm Kathleen,
And
I'm here.
And
I'm
Kathleen,
here.
thank you so much for having me. Really, I really appreciate you. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
It was fun for me, and you'll never know what to expect when you watch. So, have a great night, everyone. Enjoy, and reach out to Carolyn.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right, let me have a good night, everyone.